Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the first episode of Noob Gaming X and my new series, the Saturday Spotlight. Sorry for the messages that'll be coming in there from my alliance mates telling everyone what to do, talking about things relating to the game. So today for our first Saturday Spotlight, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite characters, a character I think has its uses if you take advantage of him on the right nodes in war defense or use him properly in general, and that's Spider-Man, the Miles Morales version. Take a look, he has relatively low health, most Spider-Men do, so that's not exactly great, but he has really high attack, over 1,000 at rank 4, which I think is it's pretty decent. Take a look at synergies now. Okay, with his synergies, he's got crit synergies with Electro and Iron Patriot. Those aren't super useful since most people aren't going to run either of those two in a team. Well, maybe Electro, but he's better for defense. And then attack boost with Venom, as you can see down there at the bottom. And then a perfect block boost with Spoder Gwen, or Stinker Gwen, or Garbage Gwen, or whatever you want to say. Shout out to Seed and Mole for teaching me everything I need to know about Spider Gwen. Next we'll take a look at his special attacks here in 1 second. Okay, so there's a low chance for his first special attack to inflict a weakness charge, which is actually kind of useful against those crit nodes in AQ and War, especially since the nerf of willpower and regeneration in general, switching it to base health stats as opposed to boosted health stats, which means that now this won't give them quite as much regen. It makes it just a little bit more useful. And also that's a very, very hard special to evade all parts of. It's much like the Spider-Man SP1, except for he throws out 3 instead of 2 little hits after a kick. Okay, then his second special is one of the heaviest hitting specials I've ever seen. If you can land it, especially offensively, it's really easy to evade though, so you never want to have him on a special 2 node. You want to have him on enhanced special 1 usually. And of course there's all the things that'll go along with his signature ability, which I'm just about to talk about. Okay, let's take a look at Miles' Venom Blast. As you can see, I'm disregarding special 3. You usually don't want to use special 3 unless you're just trying to bail yourself out of a corner. So that's why I'm completely disregarding that. Okay, here we have Venom Blast. So his Venom Blast allows him to trigger what he would usually be able to trigger, well, as far, yeah. He can usually trigger his Venom Blast with landing an SP2, but what this duplicate ability does is it allows him to trigger the Venom Blast while using a combo. So if you end with a lighter medium, then it will activate a Venom Blast. And what Venom Blast does is against some classes it will stun, against some it does a massive power drain, about 1.5 bars of power. It's really, really good. About equivalent to a Hawkeye SP1 power drain, or inflict weakness. The best two, the stun is about 3 seconds, which is pretty good. It's enough to get another combo in. If you're lucky, you proc another one. Or the power drain is really good. And if we look down at his when attacked, this is what makes Miles so good on an unstunnable node in defense. He gets charges, even when he's not duplicated, that allow him to evade randomly. It's a 6.5% chance to have a random evade, much like Spider-Man classic stooped ability, except for he gets it when he's non-duplicated, and he has that really hard to evade special 1, which is very, very good. Pardon the music that's playing, that's my little sister. Let's just give it a second here. Phone's being slow. So yeah, I've just looked up the information on the Venom Blast. So against Science and Cosmic, he has a 65% chance for his Venom Blast on his SP2 specifically to stun for 2.5 seconds, which is good. And then against Tech and Skill, then that will drain, 28% of max power. So not as much as I thought it was, but it's still relatively effective. It's enough to negate a combo worth of power gain for the enemy. But this passive right here is the most important thing when it goes along with his evasion. It allows Miles to gain more charges of his evasion when he uses a special. So if you use that SP2 to deal a bunch of damage, you're going to get some evade. You use that SP1 in defense on that node, he's going to get more evade charges. Which this paired with putting him on unstunnable node where they can't stop him from evading them. He's going to evade randomly and get some combos in on them. This is the big deal with Miles, is he goes into fluid combos, he deals a ton of damage, he has that stun against the Tech and Skill, which, actually, Science and Cosmic, which means if you are facing a Thor, there's a high chance he can knock that Thor down and deal some damage to the Thor on the enemy's side, because you're going to see a lot of Thors, maybe even some Hyperions in attack, probably more defense Hyperions though. But that's the big thing, is that synergy between those three abilities, the fact that he gains more evasion charges with his special attacks. His special attack 1 is hard to evade, and he can inflict that attack decrease, and he has that random chance to evade without being duplicated, making him either when duped or not duped very valuable. Please post in the comments whether or not you think I should keep Miles at rank 4 or should I bring up Dormammu. We'll talk about Dormammu next weekend. Toodaloo.